5th of February manifests a bond between the people of Pakistan and Kashmir which remains inalienable even to this day and will remain so for the future times ahead. The day marks a sense of solidarity as the people of Pakistan reverberate in their pledges towards the Kashmiri nation. On this day, Pakistanis living in Pakistan and abroad fervently arrange seminars, discussions, human chains and street protests to express solidarity with their Kashmiri brethren. The people of Pakistan are bound to express solidarity with their Kashmiri brethren as they share rock-solid cultural, ideological, geographical and emotional ties which have fastened them into unity for centuries. The issue of Kashmir is the unfinished agenda of the political movement which will ultimately conclude when the Kashmiris will exercise their birthright of self-determination. The Kashmir dispute dates back to the partition plan of the subcontinent in 1947. According to the partition plan, geographically contiguous Muslim-majority areas were to accede to Pakistan and Hindu-majority areas were to go with India. Pakistan was the obvious choice for Kashmiris because of the irreversible geographical, cultural and historical affinity between the two. Kashmir had an overwhelming Muslim majority and the largest common border with Pakistan. Kashmir had no land access to India as all its roads, postal and telecommunication links and trade and commerce were through Pakistan. The only effective link between India and Kashmir was a Muslim-majority district, Gurdaspur, contiguous to Pakistan, which should have been awarded to Pakistan by all rules of logic, law and morality. Indian leader, maddened with imperialistic designs, conspired to usurp Kashmir. Viceroy Lord Mountbatten abandoned his pretension of impartiality and pressurized Sir Ratcliffe, the head of Boundary Commission, to hand over Gurdaspur to India so that she could have direct link with Kashmir. In accordance with the partition plan, the people of Kashmir announced their will to join Pakistan on July 1947 in an open session of their representative party, All Jammu and Kashmir Muslim Conference. The convention adopted the resolution. After carefully considering the position, this convention of Muslim Conference has arrived at the conclusion that accession of the state to Pakistan is absolutely necessary in view of geographical, economic, linguistic, cultural and religious considerations. The 27th October 1947 was the darkest day of the history of Kashmir when India invaded the state under the cover of a sham instrument of accession which it claimed to have been signed by the unelected and despotic ruler and occupied a large portion of the state. The Kashmiri people rejected this illegal occupation and launched the freedom movement and got some part of the state liberated from Indian clutches, which is now known as Azad Jammu and Kashmir. Sensing its defeat, India rushed to the United Nations with the lame excuse that Pakistan was interfering in Kashmir, seeking UN adjudication on Kashmir, and as such, Kashmir became the first issue to be entertained by the UN. The world body passed successive resolutions in its Security Council, granting the people of Kashmir the right to self-determination. The Indian leadership, after accepting the UN verdict, repeatedly assured the world that Kashmiris would be provided the opportunity to decide their future. 6 decades have passed, but these promises remain unfulfilled.